Hi, everyone. I'm Jason Shoming. I'll be doing a company comparison of JP Morgan Chase and Mint. JPM was started in 1877 and is a comprehensive financial services company and the largest U.S. bank based on asset holdings. In 2022, they produced $129 billion in revenue in four major areas: consumer and community banking, which is Chase Bank, it's cash accounts and credit cards; corporate and investment banking, treasury securities brokerage to corporations; asset and wealth management, retirement investing; and commercial banking, which is lending to small businesses and local governments. Primary source of revenue are fees and interest income, which in today's interest market has revenues up 6.5% over 2021. Mint is a budgeting website created back in 2007. It was purchased by Intuit, which owns QuickBooks, TurboTax, and Credit Karma in 2009 for $170 million. It's a free app that pulls in revenue and by referring you to credit cards and other financial services and advertising. It started off extremely popular, up to 13 million users, but has decreased to 3.6 million users in 2021. Last month, Intuit made the surprising announcement that it would discontinue Mint, shutting down all services January 1st of 2024. That's leaving users to scramble to find new budgeting tools right as they head into the holiday season. First topic of comparison is going to be creating customer value. Here you see two value disciplines that are practiced by each of these companies. There's consumer intimacy, just shaping your products to fit consumer needs, and product leadership, providing state-of-the-art services. JPM creates value through customer intimacy and product leadership. Chief Data Officer Mark Burkhead talks about using data interactions to know the customer better and create new products based on that feedback. That develops trust and thus a desire to continue the relationship with JPM. CEO Jamie Dimon stated the desire is to be the bank for all. It highlights their value proposition of continually shaping their services to meet customer needs. I consider this to be an extremely effective strategy. Mint also practices both customer intimacy and product leadership. They were able to catch the audience where they needed guidance the most, which was personal budgeting. They created a new product that was uniquely tailored to what the customer needed. So what went wrong? Founder and former CEO Aaron Patzer noted that Intuit put Mint into maintenance mode almost immediately after purchasing it, and they didn't upgrade anything. They also didn't integrate it well to their other products like TurboTax. They essentially ignored the initial value discipline, and that's leading to the company's demise. Next, we'll take a look at some statistics from SimilarWeb that show the customer segmentation variables for both companies' websites. On the graphs, you're going to see a similar gender and age profile for each company, as well as similar reasons for visiting the site. JPM does have some variation there, highlighting their diverse products. Most interesting is how customers arrive at the website. JPM has customers arriving from multiple sources, including direct access referrals from other websites and through search. Mint traffic typically arrives from direct access and referrals, suggesting that when people go to Mint, it's for a very specific purpose. Finally, the top social media referral for JPM is LinkedIn, suggesting a professional connection reason for going there. Maybe a boss, colleague, or finance manager directing you to the site. Mint referrals come from YouTube, suggesting users seeing budgeting tutorials or ads directing customers to Mint. Topic 3 is relationships and customer loyalty. Maury tells us that 85% of people trust financial institutions with their data. JPM's goal is to make good on that trust. At their annual investor meeting, JPM noted 6 strategic priorities. One is to protect customer data. The more you can do that, the more loyal your customer base will be. Another is to use data to better understand what experiences consumers enjoy and replicate them. JPM also looks to innovate. In 2020, they acquired CX Loyalty, which is a third-party rewards program that used to partner with multiple credit card companies. This not only provided a better service to JPM customers, but it prevented competitors from using the service. Mint deals with a lot of sensitive self-reported data, and they have to thus produce an extreme amount of value to customers. They achieve this through a robust community on both Reddit and their blog, where they share tips and stories on how to use budgeting software. At one point, they had a competition-based loyalty program. The problem was there were no rewards associated with it, and that is the entire point of a loyalty program. Intuit's also eroded all the loyalty built up with Mint customers in the urging them to transition to Credit Karma. The process has been described as clunky, and it's a one-way move. Once you agree to move the information, you can no longer access Mint. Also, they haven't communicated when or even if Credit Karma will begin to offer budgeting tools. Next, talk about the use of data and AI. And the goal here is to move from being an experience-led organization to a data-driven one. We'll start with Mint parent company Intuit. They look to connect people to experts and help unlock smart decisions by using 810 million user interactions and 60,000 tax and finance data points on each customer. And they use that to better understand what people are looking for when they ask for help using products like TurboTax, or to feed their AI assistant, which can suggest credit cards that might have rewards that better align with someone's spending habits. It's an excellent use of AI. One way JPM has used AI is through marketing. They partnered with a firm called Persado to help write ad campaigns, and found that the AI campaign produced twice as many applications for a home equity line of credit campaign than the non-AI campaign. Persado's CEO, Alex Verskidis, noted specifically that the success of the partnership relies on human and machine interaction. JPM also says that 80% of their data is scalable for machine learning, and that in the next year they expect to produce $500 million of value through AI. Next topic, digital transformation, interpretation, and key actions. We used the Dutton and Dukerich model to discuss an event between the two companies in 2017. The issue that Chase wouldn't provide financial information because Mint stored user IDs and passwords on a third-party server that Chase didn't feel was secure enough. The action taken, they jointly developed software that would allow for secure transfer of data between the two companies. Also, Intuit agreed to never sell Chase customer data to third parties. Interpretation, it's a win-win. Chase showed that they cared about their customers by listening to their request to work with Mint, but also highlights their dedication to data security. Mint got what they wanted by integrating data from one of the largest banks in the country. Next topic is digital maturity and organizational culture. We'll go back to Mark Burkhead at JPM to see how he's driving the organization toward digital maturity. You know that 45% of account openings are entirely done through self-service digital avenues. 70% of account servicing activities are digital, and 90% of all money movement is self-service and digital. Very clear that data and analytics are priorities at JPM, and that commitment starts at the top levels of the organizations. Intuit, on the other hand, on the right-hand side, you can see their 5 strategic goals from their website. We talked about a few of them before, and while there is a focus on delivering digital value, it's nowhere near as cohesive as JP Morgan's. Final topic, use of analytics in personnel decision-making. Intuit's interview process shown here on the right, and has a heavy focus on the digital aspect of the work. Their careers website talks about data information and how it's gathered at each point of the interview and incorporated in the final decision-making process. It's a very transparent process, which is great, but it also seems to just focus more on fit than data. JPM is extremely committed to data in the hiring process. They actually employ a global health of workforce analytics, Ian O'Keefe. He talks about how they review data on previous hires who have stuck around for at least 180 days, which is the break-even point they determined for high churn positions. They plug those data points into an AI model, come up with a profile of what a JPM employee should look like, and guide the search. It's not all data, though. O'Keefe says they don't make decisions for hiring managers, but they supply data to help make decisions. Perhaps most importantly, O'Keefe talks about reviewing the model to ensure that it isn't having unintended consequences, like disenfranchising certain groups of people. In conclusion, JP Morgan Chase has sustained success for almost 150 years. They have a clear vision of the future and are heavily invested in data analytics and AI. Most importantly, those strategies are core to the business and come from the top executives. Despite being a traditional company, JPM has stayed agile and remains focused on how to best deliver value to their customers. Unfortunately for fans of Mint, Intuit chose not to continue investing in the product, and like so many bad home gardeners, they let their mint plant wither and die. And while Mint may have started off as a good product, it failed to continue to produce consumer value in our digital world. Thank you.